But let's move on, viewers. 3 weeks ago, former king, or the erstwhile king, Gyanendra, in a message on the eve of Democracy Day, pointed out the need to protect national unity and identity, calling on public support for the country's prosperity and progress. In the statement, the erstwhile king said that all Nepalis should unite in nation building, urging everyone to correct past shortcomings and move forward towards making Nepal stable, prosperous and also strong. Now, in Nepal, there is a chorus to bring back the monarchy, in which, in what appeared to be an endorsement for the king's comeback efforts, former Nepal king Gyanendra Shah has received a grand welcome in Kathmandu on his return from Pokhara after nearly 2 months' stay in the tourist city. We have our colleague Surender joining us live from Kathmandu. Surender, what's happening on ground zero? There seems to be a shift in public sentiments. They want the monarch to come back. What's happening? If you could take our viewers through the latest coming in.
The morning after big reception welcoming the monarch from one city in Nepal back to Kathmandu, and also sort of endorsing his statement given days ago. It's still, Kathmandu is quiet. Things are returning to normal. Yesterday, because of the protest, the traffic was absolutely chaotic. It was thrown out of gear, but now things are quietly returning to normal. Although policemen are, vigilant as ever. The one thing that has happened after the reception is that Nepal's ruling political parties and the Republican parties in the Republican setup, they seem little, taken off guard, and they seem they sound very critical of the monarch and the party behind the former monarch to return the monarchy to the country, saying it is absolutely impossible. They are saying that the king, if he wants to join politics, he must contest elections. That was also a statement, reiterated by Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli yesterday. But then the organizing party, RPP, has been demanding that a new understanding must be forged between all the political players of the country, including the former monarch, to fit him, somewhere in the political picture, political landscape of this country.
Well, Surender, stay on with me, because even after all of this, what we understand is that there were yogi posters also seen in this grand welcoming of the erstwhile king, which signals a shift in their ideology, because supporters had been asking to reinstate Hinduism as the state's religion, and Yogi Adityanath's posters incidentally also surfaced. So if you could tell us about what is the link between this poster and the return of the erstwhile king?
The erstwhile king, of course, the former monarch, has been really busy, in the days after he was overthrown, post-2008. He has remained a former monarch, revered by a section of Nepali Hindus, as well as Hindus in North India. The former king attended a big mela in Hardwar a few years ago, even during COVID pandemic. And he has been a regular visitor, frequent visitor to Uttar Pradesh, where Yogi Adityanath has been red carpeting. So there were some groups, strangely, leaving many Nepalese surprised. They were carrying placards bearing Yogi's image, which was a very strange sight for many in Kathmandu. So there is definitely some connection, a Hindu connection, and they are good Hindu friends, sort of, and that may be the reason why Yogi Adityanath's pictures were displayed yesterday in Kathmandu.
Surender, also, what has been the public sentiment and what has been the political response to this fresh call that has been given to restore monarchy in Nepal? Are they in line?
Yes, it has clearly stirred up Nepal's political circles, where all the political parties are saying a big no to what the king and the party behind him, did yesterday, and they are openly saying that the king must, join elections, fight elections if he wants to be in power again. That's the only way forward for the monarch, according to the political parties in the Republican setup.
Also, Surendra, are there any royalist groups or political parties that are actively, demanding the return of monarchy in Nepal?
Apart from Rashtriya Prajatantra Party, there are a few other groups led by Hindu groups and some groups affiliated to Shiv Sena and other Hindu groups in India, and also another group led by a popular businessman who is also described as a lone defaulter. So all these groups have clearly rallied behind the monarch. But then the roadmap, their roadmap is not very clear, and that has really clearly left all the political parties in Nepal surprised. And probably an editorial in the newspaper, a popular newspaper in Nepal today, urged all the political parties in Nepal to look in the Republican mirror and in no time to do some soul searching. So that has been the message.
Well, Surendra, there were past attempts as well to reinstate monarchy, but how is this particular episode different? Is this even more stronger than the past movements?
Judging from the number of people that attended the reception or the protest or the demonstration, this looks like one of the biggest and bigger than the rest, yes. In the past also, Nepal had many protests, similar protests demanding a restoration of pro-Hindu monarchy in the country. But this one looks a little bigger with thousands of protesters attending. The organizers claim that there were hundreds of thousands, but then police officials are saying there were thousands.